So for years, Dragon Ball fans have basically been holding up this stigma of GT not being powerful due to it not being canon. And it's irritated me quite a bit because Dragon Ball GT happens to be the strongest version of Dragon Ball within the Toei Akira Toriyama mix of canon. But obviously some people aren't going to always agree, and that's kind of expected. But in this video, I'm going to pretty much just narrow out all of the shitty debunks that are made within it and pretty much just going about my day. So enjoy. So the first debunk I want to get into is about Goku being infinite speed in Dragon Ball Z. So you're going to see a common theme in this video of me just kind of shitting on their debunks because of how bad they are. And this is no stranger to that. Like, this is probably the worst debunk of the video. Actually, no, it gets worse. So Surfbone kind of spearheads this debunk by first saying,
Also, we don't actually see them, like, literally fly from heaven to hell. We don't know how they got there.
Yeah.
All we just see is that they're...
Which is obviously a lie and can be proven to be so if you just go back and check the episode. The episode in question is Dragon Ball Z episode 195, and this quite literally contradicts all you're saying. So the first part of the episode revolved around Goku and King Kai going to the sacred world of the Kais. While on the airplane traveling to the sacred world of the Kais, Goku is able to overlook on heaven and basically see that it's huge as fuck. And if you look further behind it, you can see the sacred world of the Kais right there. So you're actually kind of right. You know, he doesn't go to heaven, but he does go to a place beyond it, so technically you are still wrong. They do cross that infinite distance in a finite amount of time, and they do end up going on about their day to beat up everybody else. Oh, but it's not over, because Surfbone proceeds to say more stupid shit like,
and we don't even know how long it took them to get there either, because all we just see is all we just get is a cutaway, and they're now in hell all of a sudden. Like,
yeah, no.
You get it? He said hell.
So there's no mention of Goku and Pikkon taking an infinite amount of time to cross over from the sacred world of the Kais to hell. There's no statement of that. We also know that time does exist within the afterlife, so that point is completely out the window. And we know that Goku and Pikkon crossed that distance within that time. So again, what you're saying just does not matter. Goku would then be infinite speed by logic. And yeah, it still gets worse. So here's the macrocosm map for DBZ. I know it does change for Dragon Ball Super, but again, for Z, here it is. So the macrocosm is split into two halves, the top half being the cosmos and the bottom half being the universe. So you can clearly see the world of the Kais and heaven on a completely polar opposite end of the macrocosm's cosmos than hell. Now, I don't even know why he keeps using the word realm, because realm doesn't even help him in this case. Realm just simply refers to the word kingdom or just any kind of field with activity. So that can mean like a universe is a realm, a planet's a realm, the afterlife itself is a realm. Like, you can literally say any part of that and you would not be wrong because there's activity on each part of that field. So anyway, they're in the same realm, that's fine, but again, they're on polar opposite ends of it and Goku crossed it in a finite amount of time. And yeah, that's the Goku infinite speed debunk. That shit was ass. So actually, my bad, I missed one. Kosu-sama said something that was even more stupid than all of the collective debunks that Surfbone made in this point. So Kosu decides to bring up Goku falling off of Snake Way. No, like, I'm deadly serious. Just listen.
Like, again, I bring this up because he's like from King Kai's planet, right? From like right here, and he went to hell, right? Goku in another but like older filler, right, was like somewhere over here and fell the fuck off. And landed in hell. Like, was he falling at infinite speeds? Like, that's insane. Like the Saiyan
falling
saga.
at infinite speed.
Like, I don't get it, bro.
It's but a
I'm
fraction of the
confused.
distance.
They would probably say that.
So despite these two situations not being comparable at all, he decides to compare them anyway. So let me just go ahead and go over why these two situations do not go hand in hand at all. One is Goku literally using his body as a means of movement, and the other is him literally falling due to him falling out of a truck while asleep, might I add. So can you show me like Goku having like subconscious control over his body while he's sleeping? Because like, if you can't, then what the fuck are you arguing this for? Alright, now we're done.
Who had to cover to get down.
Why is he going to
hell from the
infinite
Great Kai's
now?
Planet.
You just got him to inaccessible. Well, like, quote, got him, air quote. But
So this is like one of the most prominent examples of my issues with Kosu-sama and his gang, basically like debunking Chuck, is that they don't let the point formulate. Like, you can hear them try to like say, well, why the fuck are you going to infinite? You just got him to inaccessible. Wrong. He is talking about GT Goku. He is saying that GT Goku is inaccessible, right? in base. However, Goku all the way back in Z can be scaled to infinite. He's saying that, like, how are y'all missing that? I don't get it. Like, what is wrong with y'all? So the next thing we talk about is whether or not Cooler is canon to Dragon Ball GT. Well, the movies in general, but you get the point. So in Dragon Ball Chapter 40, we literally see Cooler come from hell and basically make his first ever appearance in Dragon Ball GT. So they tried to debunk it, and it just did not work because a lot of the shit they were saying was just, again, either wrong or stupid. So here's the first response.
Go ahead. Let it out, Sir Phone. Go ahead.
Why?
Look, Cooler.
Why is this the same Cooler from the Cooler movie?
Right.
So I want y'all to ask this question again. How is Cooler, the movie exclusive character from the movie? Does that make sense to you? Does that make remote sense to you? So the reason why this is the same Cooler from the Cooler movie is because, again, this is Toei's version of the Dragon Ball story. And this is why I wanted to talk about it so much, because people don't understand this, and it's shocking because it's been in front of your face for years. Dragon Ball's anime, Dragon Ball Z's anime, the movies, and GT is officially the Toei version of the story. Now, Toriyama has gone on record and said that Dragon Ball the media franchise is the anime and the manga, meaning his rendition of the story and Toei's version of the story are both equally valid. Hence why in the TV anime guides made by Shueisha, it's always including the movies, the filler, all of it, because it's all Toei's vision. Everything you hear about it being non-canon and shit like that, you hear that from fans. You don't hear that from anybody official. You hear that from fans. Now, to my knowledge, Toriyama has never used the word canon to describe Dragon Ball, like ever. Neither has Toei, neither has Shueisha. So my question is, why are you guys the people that get to determine the canon? You guys don't hold any rights to the series. You have no bearing over the series. All you guys do is just come up with your stupid theories, and then you guys just assume that, oh yeah, well, this is how things have to be now. Like, no! Are there separate continuities? Yes, absolutely. However, this was Toei's original version. Hence why you see Goku in GT literally remember falling off of Snake Way and into hell. It's a filler episode, but he still remembers it. Also, Garlic Jr.'s entire existence in Dragon Ball Z is because of what Goku and Piccolo do to him in the movie. So please, can somebody tell me, tell me exactly what makes the movies not canon? Is this some BS bad writing argument that you're gonna talk about? Oh, there's so many plot holes in the movies. Okay, that's bad writing, gang. That does not mean that you get to determine a continuity. Like, that's just not how that works. More importantly on that, this entire idea of there needs to be a perfect fit for the continuity, that's a Nirvana fallacy. That's literally a perfect solution fallacy. Like, obviously there are gonna be some bad writing errors. It's the 90s. Let's keep it 100. But then it gets worse because I had to hear shit like this.
Because, okay, actually, hold on. This is a straight ass contradiction. Because one, Cooler doesn't actually die in the first movie. He gets picked up by the big Getty star and then revitalized into Beta Cooler. And then he dies as that form.
That's actually a damn good point.
So
that's actually a really good point.
How is this the same Cooler if he looks like this?
So I want to get something very clear. Cooler absolutely dies in the first movie. He is dead. The big Getty star finds his corpse and then rebirths him. Don't believe me? Just go check the movie for yourself. So Cooler's way of explaining how he was back is changed in the sub and the dub. In the dub, Cooler says that he has been reborn and that by all metrics he should be dead.
Yes, by all accounts I should in fact be dead, incinerated in the fires of your sun. But fate, it would seem, sought fit that I have a second chance. And thanks to the power of the big Getty star, I have been reborn, stronger and sleeker.
But in the sub, he basically says through the technology of the big Getty star, he basically came back like this. In response to everyone asking, isn't he dead? Didn't he die? They're worded extremely differently, but they mean the exact same thing. Cooler died and he came back to life through the power of the big Getty star. Even the word that Clothespins use kind of debunks him in his own statement. Revitalize literally means to imbue something with new life. So again, you just debunked yourself and then got debunked. It's come on now. Also, I really don't think this should be said, but Metacooler is not Cooler. This is not Cooler's physical body, and I want people to understand that right now. In this movie, Cooler is only a bodiless head that is plugged into a computer. That is it. That's how he controls the big Getty star. That's how he does everything he needs to do in the movie, yada yada yada. So when he dies, again, he does not die as Meta Cooler, he dies as regular Cooler. The same thing applied to Frieza, and if you don't believe me, we can go back to that too. Remember, Goku did not kill Frieza on Namek. Yeah, he blasted him, destroyed him, yada yada yada, but he was rebuilt with mechanical parts, thus Mecha Frieza exists. And that's when Trunks shows up and legitimately kills him for the first time. So then this begs the question, why does Frieza not have any mechanical parts in Hell? In both instances that we see him in Hell, he does not have any mechanical parts. Now Resurrection F obviously retconned this when they gave Frieza his own special hell, which I just thought was bullshit in and of itself, but whatever. But anyway, when he's in the same hell that everyone else is talking about, he does not have any mechanical parts. The only time we see him with mechanical parts is in Super, and he's given his own special hell. So Chuck then tries to prove that Goku and Metacooler were basically fighting within instant transmission, which is also shown to be an immeasurable speed feat. Chuck then uses Dragon Ball Z Son Goku Densetsu as a way to basically back up this feat. And they're trying to clown him for it, but again, this kind of just shows that they're misinformed, and if you guys really think the only data books out there about Dragon Ball is the Chozenshu and Daizenshu, then you are seriously misinformed. It's an official guide, you can look it up on Kanzenshu. It was officially published by Shueisha, the people who made Viz Media. Like, come on now, let's keep it real. Also, here's a beautiful and amazing soundbite.
This page looks aged.
I'll give 500,000 to the first person who could tell me what the fuck "this looks aged" means. Can somebody tell me what that means, please? So they have problems with the excerpt that Chuck is using, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it and just explain why it's not that bad. In Clash, 10 billion powers, Metacooler also uses instantaneous movement, and even battles in the transitional spaces are depicted. In the movie version, instantaneous movement is interpreted as passing through a different space that transcends time. I don't really see the issue here. Like, I'm not really following the problem, but again, like I said, I'll probably continue on through it. They just say it contradicts how it's conducted in the series, and I don't see that at all. So like, what are they talking about? Now they debunked both halves of the video, the Super section and the GT section. Now I'm only going over the GT section because that's what everyone is unfamiliar with. And I also wanted to talk about, you know, just the downplay going around and surrounding it. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. That's all I really wanted to say. That's all I really wanted to say. I'm not really the type to be like, hit the like button. Like, I'm not doing all that. And yeah, be good people, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.